ask me about my wiener?
Oh my gosh. I have to ask you guys this question. I saw that I think it's Planters Peanut. They have a Nutmobile. Maybe I did know that. I forget about it. The Wienermobile takes all the shine, right? Everybody, that's like the coveted, vehicle that you could ever sit behind the wheel is a Wienermobile, slinging meat everywhere you go. But they have a Nutmobile. Yeah, I talked about it like this time last year, I want to say. You can drive around the Nutmobile across America if you see fit. You get paid like $30,000, something decent as far as if you're a college student or you're somebody that's just like, I don't know what I want to do with my life. I don't know. Maybe I'll go drive a nut around. It's a peanut. I just wanted her. If you had nothing else going on, you're young, because it would be, let's be honest, it would be creepy if somebody in their, really, to be honest, 30 plus. If you're 30 plus years old, you shouldn't be behind the wheel of a Wienermobile or a Nutmobile, okay? You shouldn't be. It's just bizarre. It just sends out creep vibes. But anyway, if you're young, if you're like 19, 20 years old, whatever the requirements are, maybe it's 21. If that is your age bracket and you got nothing else to do, why not? That would be fun. I think that would be great to be driving around, seeing the country, meeting people, hitting on, your class of, ladies or fellas at the local bar. Be like, what you driving? Be like, I'm driving a giant wiener. Oh, you. No, seriously, I drive the Wienermobile. Oh, can I see it? I just hiccuped. Sorry. But if you had to choose, which one would you choose? Driving the Wienermobile or the Nutmobile? I kind of think it would be the Wienermobile is much longer, and it's got to be a little bit more of a pain in the butt to be driving around. The Nutmobile seems a little bit more compact, and I feel like it might have a better motor in it just by looking at it. I'm honestly judging by the pictures. It's Planters Nutmobile. That one looks a little bit more logical. It's bulkier, but it's veinier. Yeah. The Wienermobile, no veins, no veins. But the Peanut does. I posted this. I said, which would you rather drive? Lance said one is a giant geometry project. The other is a fondly remembered wiener whistle from Santa Claus. The choice is easy, and it's and then he spells out baloney if you choose the other one. Nick said, what would Cowboy Duff drive? Shoot, man, that's a good question, Nick. I've been thinking about it. I got to be honest. I was up late. I was like, what would I drive? Which mobile is all balls? And I got to be honest. It's got to be the Nutmobile. Am I right? It's another name for balls, in case you didn't get it. I know some of you use it slow, but there you go. Oh, thanks, Cowboy. Hey, can I chime in on this one? Sure, Connery. What's up? What one would you drive, the Nutmobile or the Wienermobile? Well, let's see. I know your mother likes it when I drive the Wienermobile in her. Okay. I'm just saying I banged her last night. Okay. Connery. I like you, but geez, my God. Pick on somebody else's mom. Mike Evans's mother's not here. So she's out in the New Hampshire area. Why do you know where she lives? Do you really need to ask? Anyway, if Mikey was here, I'd be talking about banging his mother. Anyway, all right, thanks, Connery. See you later. I'm off to bang. Okay. So there you go. It's kind of a mixed bag. I think I'd rather drive the Nutmobile. Because the Wienermobile's classic, but people are going to go, wait, whoa. Was that a nut that I just saw driving by? The Wienermobile is great, but I don't like the bottom design, and it just kind of irritates me. I've been up close next to the Wienermobile. It's pretty cool. I wouldn't I wouldn't turn either of them down if they're like, listen, there's a guy in the back corner smoking a cigar. We need you. We need you to try. We're thinking about who's the best of the best. Who could handle a giant Wienermobile? Your name popped up first on the list. Oh my God, really? No, actually, you're like way at the bottom. Nobody else wanted to drive it. They said it was too creepy, for a certain age bracket. But you're next. What's up? You gonna do it? Hell yeah, I'm gonna do it. There's free hot dogs, right? Last I checked, it was right after the pandemic, and they weren't cooking up hot dogs anymore. So fuck you, COVID. You screwed up a whole bunch of shit. One being that we can't sling wieners out of the Wienermobile. I don't know if that's still a thing or not, but that's kind of disappointing. You know what's not disappointing is if you hit the subscribe button right now, click on the like button, and remember today's show is presented to you by Kirkwall Group as well as Bet Online. In fact, Bet Online continues to be the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting in 2025. Whether you're a seasoned fan or a first-time bettor, Bet Online is your ultimate game day companion. They got the largest selection of odds on everything from football, the NBA, college basketball, to NHL and UFC. Bet Online is the number one sports betting source for your new year. From touchdowns to three-pointers and hat tricks, Bet Online has you covered on every game, every play, and every win. Go to betonline.ag right now. It's Bet Online. The game starts here. Speaking of starting, let's do it. Let's jump into some headlines.
Let's go! Let's go!
And now, here are the headlines.
There's some weird people out there. You and I can agree on that, right? You've seen people. Not you. You're not weird. I mean, you have your quirks. But there's some people you're like, what happened to them? Were they not hugged enough? Why am I going into a Jerry Seinfeld? Kind of. I don't know. Why? People are weird. And every single day, I am just baffled by people's decisions when I do this show. It's like, why? Why? Another great example of this. This happened in Florida. Not going to surprise you. That's where it happened, okay? A suspect allegedly shoplifted in a store with an accomplice and decided to defecate on the floor. Why? Why would you do that? When talking to the accomplice after the robbery and poop incident, the accomplice said to the robber,
What the fuck?
yeah. Why'd you do that? What's going on? Could you imagine? You're breaking the law. And apparently he's just like, I gotta go poo. Let's just go now. Save some time. I don't want to use the restroom. I'll just go here. I mean, imagine being with your buddy. You're doing something already where you're like, oh man, we need to get in, get out. We're doing something wrong. And then all of a sudden you see him drop trowel and just lay some stank on the middle of the floor.
What the fuck happened?
Yeah, I had to go. Had to go. Classic Florida. Florida. You got crocs and alligators, or one or the other. I don't know. Okay. You got boa constrictors everywhere now. They're an invasive species. You got hurricanes. Now you got shoplifters that poop on the floor. Why would you go to Florida again? We need to make t-shirts that say, why go to Florida? That's the only thing the shirt should say. Then it'll have like a Huff Uncensored logo somewhere. I'm just saying, why would you go to Florida? It makes no sense to me. You got people shitting on the floor. You got hurricanes, and you got things that will eat you right and left. Seems like a terrible, terrible place to go. My goodness gracious. Wow. I didn't think she could do it, but she did it.
You did it! Congratulations! World's best cup of coffee. Great job, everybody. Great to meet you.
No, it wasn't the world's best cup of coffee. Bonnie Blue, she banged 1,057 men in 12 hours. 12 hours. We were talking about this, and then she just did an assembly line of cocks to break the record. That's God. And I believe she rented out, she did an Airbnb, and now they're trying to, the owner of that place is trying to sue her. Last I heard, I don't know I don't think that's fully gone to the official paperwork. I don't think that's been filed yet. But, I mean, come on. That's, no. Although if you're smart, you could just use that as a selling point. Maybe. Who wants to be in a house that had 1,057 men banging one chick? That's disgusting. So I did the math, okay? You're welcome for doing the math for you. I had somebody double check it, and it's pretty gnarly when you think about it. She hammered out 88.083 dicks an hour, okay? That's a lot. If you break it down a minute, she took on 1.47 dicks a minute. Basically, 1.5 dicks a minute. And then what's funny is she's like, oh, I wanted to make sure, because once she got to 1,000, she's like, well, I wanted to make sure that I was able to pleasure the rest of the guys. How much pleasure are they getting in a minute and a half? And she said she was sore the next day. Like she had an extremely aggressive bang session, which she did. FYI, you did. What do you do after that? I hope nobody tries to break this record. You know? Like for her, it's like, what's next? What's next? I hope she doesn't go for 2,000. I mean, imagine like being her grandkid, like, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, whatever. Or it'd probably be more than that. Probably more than that. I'm not good at math. But whatever the timeline is. Grandma, I was on the interwebs, and I don't know why the granddaughter's talking old. Grandma, I was on the interwebs, and I found your name. You apparently hammered 88 dicks an hour. That's fast. I don't even drive 88 miles per hour, let alone, I shouldn't say let alone hammering 80. No, I don't hammer any dicks, but that's just wild to me. Now, when leaving to head to her actual home out of the Airbnb after the record-breaking day, her, I guess, boyfriend was quoted saying,
Hey, try not to suck any dick on the way through the parking lot.
No guarantees, honey.
could you imagine? Let's be honest. Let's be honest real quick, guys and ladies. That's not attractive. Yes, she accomplished it, and apparently she's fine with it. But that's not attractive. And I'm guessing she doesn't care. That's fine. But the thing is, there's going to come a point where she's looking to settle down, and this is going to come back. And listen, guys or ladies, are you going to want to be with a partner that's had that many partners in one day. Because if she's done 1,000 dicks in one day, her number is off the charts. That's insane to me. I don't. And then all the guys going, assembly line banging. I hope you're wearing protection. I hope you go and get checked out, because crotch critters are a real thing, man. It starts itching down there. Don't come crying to me. Like they'd be calling me to be like, hey, I don't really know you, but my balls and cock itch. And it burns when I pee. What should I do? I'm like, well, hello, stranger. Let me guess. You banged Bonnie Blue? I don't know. She's probably clean. And that's the thing. I mean, before she did it, she was just, I guess, soliciting via social media husbands that want to escape, young guys, old guys, whatever. She was calling for people to come over. There was no process of testing them. That's disturbing. Nobody wasn't like, here's my STD test. I just got it this morning. I'm good to go. I'm just saying, she gets, if one of these guys or several of these guys get some sort of STD, they're lawsuit waiting to happen type of thing. Or just like, imagine if within the first 10 bangs, somebody has a disease or just some sort of infection, and then everybody else after that is susceptible to get it. It's disgusting. I'm sorry. I mean, I think it would be disgusting if there was a guy banging 1,057 women too. It's disgusting. It's comical, but disgusting. Whoop, whoop. Let's be honest. That guy, no guy's going to be lasting 1,057 pumps. Nobody. No. Nope. Not even. Gross. Her parents, so proud. China is rolling around the idea, allegedly, of selling TikTok, the U.S. version, to Elon Musk as a potential solution to prevent the app from being banned on this Sunday. Although TikTok came out and said that is false. False news. What do you guys think of that? I would be disappointed if Elon Musk took control of another platform, because he's just going to be all about, well, how can I screw everybody over and start charging for things that used to be free. Now we're going to charge, because that's what he did with TikTok, or excuse me, Twitter. And he's going to change the name to something dumb. What's this one going to be? XX? Is that what it's going to be? Elon? Jesus. I wouldn't like the idea. I'm assuming that with TikTok, the main company coming out saying that that's false, that I'm going to believe that's what they're saying, especially when the majority of people that I've seen respond to that has been negative. So maybe they don't want to be associated with that. I don't know. The clock's ticking on all these people on TikTok. You got to be freaking out a little bit if you're a TikToker and you make money off of it, because it sounds like that's definitely going to go away. I kind of hope it does, in a weird, twisted way. I don't like the fact that people are going to be affected financially because of it, but I think overall the platform content is complete trash. So, and that's as somebody that posts stuff on there, but I don't follow what they do. I don't, it's not just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. The stuff I post on there doesn't necessarily do well, because I do what I believe is to be, I don't even know how I'd say that, but I just think it just, I'm not doing nonsense, which goes viral on TikTok. I just can't stand TikTok. And plus, it's so full of ads now of people trying to pimp random shit products. Anyway, you know what's a good thing, though, is if you're running a business and you need help with the back of the house, you need someone with experience and is trustworthy. You need the Kirkwall Group. They got over 30 years of experience. Richard and the Kirkwall Group understands that you and your business deserve someone who's efficient, timely, accurate, cost-effective, focused on your success, and is working to save you money. You got to check them out. Because especially if you're running a small business, that stuff gets overwhelming. Kirkwall Group can help you with your bookkeeping, accounting management services, like CFO, controller, accounting manager, projects and support, as well as tax planning and preparation, income, property tax, sales, and use tax. Just go to kirkwallgroup.net. That's Kirk with a K, kirkwallgroup.net. See everything they can do for you and your business, and go ahead and set up a free 30-minute consultation. It's Kirkwall Group. Again, kirkwallgroup.net. Kirkwall Group, we count what counts for you. Before we jump into sports and the mailbag, I had to throw this in there. There is a bigger and more venomous species of funnel web spider discovered in Australia. Yeah, no shit. It's Australia. The funnel web spider is the one where I was in Australia because it's right around the Sydney area that this is. I want to say like 100-mile radius around Sydney, something like that. And so the east coast of Australia that the funnel web is. But we were on some beach, and we're all walking back to the car, and for some stupid reason, I'm like, I'm not going to wear my flip-flops back to the car. I'm just going to walk. And as I'm walking, I'm like, oh, shit. There was signs that say, please wear footwear, or please have footwear on at all times, because of the deadly funnel web spider. And I want to say they live in the ground. I'm like, oh my God, I'm an idiot. That was cool though, because that same trip and that same walk, as we get to the car, we're like, oh shoot. There was like a herd of, I want to say, gray kangaroo, just wild, hanging out. It was really fucking neat, really neat. Back to the extremely deadly spider that's bigger and more venomous than the funnel web spider. It's nicknamed Big Boy. It can grow up to 3.54 inches compared to 1.97 inches for the more common Sydney funnel web spider. So it's significantly bigger. They said this particular spider is a lot larger, its venom glands are a lot larger, and its fangs are a lot longer. My goodness gracious. Could you imagine? Somebody's like, hey, let's go check out that new spider. You want to go hunt for one?
I got a better idea. No fucking way.
Yeah, not going to do that. Why would I want to go look at something that's going to kill me? Australia's a beautiful place. When we went there, we were around the Sydney area the majority of the time. Beautiful, but you're always reminded of, like, we went on a road trip and there was some nasty ass spider on the sign. It was between two signs, and it had such a large web, and it was such a large body that you could see it from the car. And we pulled over because we were driving along, and you see it and you're like, oh shoot, that's disgustingly large. Let's go take a picture of it. There's just so many things there between snakes, spiders, sharks in the water. I don't know. The people are amazing people. I'm sure there's some people you don't like there, but everybody I ran into, everybody was super nice. But man, I don't know how my brother does it. He lives out there, and he's been out there for, I want to say, like 15 years or more. And him and his family, I mean, just all those things. But I guess you just get used to it, and you learn how to adapt. But oh my God. Let's get into some sports.
Going deep, tight ends and long balls.
He starts to come, and then he pulls out.
Oh, gross!
It's sports with the Huff.
Oh man, I'm starting to lose a lot of faith in Deion Sanders. The story came out yesterday. Jerry Jones and Deion Sanders are in quote-unquote talks about Deion Sanders potentially being the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Nothing is official. They're having, like I said, talks. It's not, hey, we really want to pursue you. For all we know, Jerry Jones is talking to a bunch of motherfuckers, and Prime is just on there. And Prime's a good guy, so he's probably just, in the area. Oh, and then Jerry wants to talk. But if Deion Sanders leaves the University of Colorado after only 2 seasons, I am losing a ton of respect for him. He comes out and says all these things, and then if he leaves, you're not a good person if you do that. Sorry, Deion. I want to say that. I want to say that you are a good person because I like what you're projecting. I like the way you're building up these men to not just be great football players, but to be great people. And then if you just go and just be like, I'm chasing the dollars and go to Jerry Jones, no. Plus, this is always going to be ringing in the back of my head if he's with Jerry Jones.
I want me some glory hole.
If I ever saw Jerry, I'd be like, Jerry, where's the glory hole? Come on, let's show it to me.
I want me some glory hole.
Right, in regards to Deion, if he goes and chases the money, it reveals the truth about him that we're not seeing. If he stays with Colorado, the truth is that he's actually a genuine person. He goes to Dallas, the truth is that he's not a good person, and he's not about building people, and he talks out of both sides of his mouth. If he's just talking to Jerry and Jerry's slinging out, hey, you should be my coach. You should be my coach, yeah. Right? If that's what it is, and he's just being kind and just listening to him, that's one thing. But if he's in serious thought about it, dude, we played that audio last week where he said the way he would consider leaving college for the NFL is if he were able to coach both his sons in the NFL. Oh man, I don't Deion, man. Deion. I hope it's just talks. I hope it's just talks because I'm going to lose a hell of a lot of respect for you. And I'll feel like an asshole for all the times I defended you. There's been times where I haven't defended you. And if you walk away from the University of Colorado after only 2 seasons, yeah, I'm not going to defend you anymore. No. I'm just going to assume that you're scum. And you're nothing but a liar. But anyway. Bo Nix.
Obviously, we all play with some bruises and some cuts and scrapes. But the Vegas week was just, I had a little, transverse process fracture in my back. But that week got treatment and kind of made it through to that week. Monday Night Football, it was a stretch that we were all kind of banged up. And, I wasn't going to miss the first Monday night game. So I got treatment on it, and then we were fortunate to have an off week that next week. And, kind of went away after that. But for that moment, it was, annoying, but we all play with annoying things.
So that's an interesting thing. I looked it up what a transverse process fracture in his back is. It's not as bad. Since it didn't happen to me, it's not that bad. It's extremely painful. I believe they said it was on a scale of 1 to 10. The average people say it's almost a 9 on the pain level. You got swelling, you'll have back spasms, but once you start treatment, it lasts about 3 weeks. Okay? It's easy for me to sit back and go, well, it's probably not that bad. But he said, he injures his back in the Vegas game, The next game is on Monday night, and then they had a bye week. So it's about 3 weeks-ish. So pretty wild when you think about it. But that's football. That's sports. Unless it's basketball, you usually play through injuries. Basketball, you get a hangnail, you're fucked. You're done. Done, LeBron. I'm poking at LeBron. Nobody else. He's a pussy, that's why. So it's impressive. I know a lot of people are bagging on him for it. Oh, that's just a normal injury. Listen, we're all doing the same thing. It's one thing to judge somebody. It's like turf toe. I remember people used to bag on people that said they had turf toe. If you have turf toe, it really fucking hurts. And go out there and try to be productive on a football field. Most people that are bagging on individuals for injuries are people that don't have to do a physical job, or at least you can be physical, but you're not trying to evade other people, and it's not a constant thing. So good for him. That's the guy I want. Now, that being said, reading up on it, it didn't seem like that there could have been any long-term effects of him going back out there, against the Browns. It just tells you his mentality. He's a fighter and he's a grinder. I like that. If it would have been one of those things where he had like a legit fracture somewhere, and it's like, dude, don't go out there. You're going to fuck yourself even more. But that's also, real quick side note, that's also sports doctors. That's NFL doctors for you. Yeah, can you walk? Then get the fuck out there, you pussy. Type of thing. It's impressive. As somebody that has hurt himself plenty of times, but he has the juices flowing. He really wanted to play against on Monday night. Didn't want to let his team down. He's embracing the moment of where he's at in his life and his career. And he ended up, because of that, they end up going to the playoffs. So, and breaking that terrible streak. So, yeah, that's pretty fucking cool. Is it like he was out there with a broken leg or a ripped Achilles or anything like that? No. It's just numb up his back and go out there and do the thing. Still more than I could do. Okay. I'm not saying he should be, put up on our shoulders and be like, he is the toughest man in the fucking world. Toughest man. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. You know what we need to do is jump into the mailbag.
Mailbag. You've got mail.
This comes in from Matt OFP. He sent me this Twitter chain, and it's in regards to a Packer fan being harassed by a Eagles fan. An Eagles fan just ripping this lady, calling her a cunt. And I'm not going to play the C word alert, but he's calling her like horrible, horrible things. And after the video was posted by the guy's or the lady's fiance, who had a tremendous restraint. I'll just read what Matt wrote. The guy recording showed tremendous restraint. He's the guy I'll hang out with at the bar to watch a game. The jackass being recorded has always been an embarrassment, and nobody loves him enough to tell him he's a fake bro and he'll be fake employed soon. The guy was just being an asshole. So the fiance posted the video and said, hey, I think it was Eagles country or whatever he said, can you help me track this guy down? And he posted the video. I'd play you the video, but it's really noisy and it just wouldn't translate well. What ended up happening is I got an update. The Eagles organization have identified the vile Eagles fan who berated a visiting Packers fan on Sunday. He has officially been banned for life from attending games, and the team is also sending the woman Packers gear as an apology. The Eagles are sending the Packers fan Packers gear. That's pretty cool. The guy was being an asshole, calling her a fucking cunt. You can't be a dick, especially nowadays. You can't be a dick nowadays because everybody's got a phone to record it. So if you do, you're just an idiot. You're already being an idiot for treating her that way. Nobody deserves to be treated that way, and he's doing it. And then he paid for it. I'll tell you this. When I took my son to the Broncos-Browns game, there was a Browns fan slightly behind us, and he was mouthing off saying some nasty stuff. I don't recall all of it. But Empower Field has it set up where you can text in and make a complaint about an overly rowdy fan. And they did that. 3 times security went over there, and he was there with his buddies. By the time the game was about to end, I remember looking back to see if that guy was still there. He was gone. He got escorted out. I didn't even realize. So I thought that was pretty dang cool. I think Empower Field does a good job as far as I've witnessed. Maybe you've seen otherwise. But people are there to watch the game and have a good time. No need to be calling people names like that. And like Matt said, there's a good chance this guy loses his job. Because his face is clear as day. So, I mean, imagine if that's your employee. Imagine if that's your supervisor that's underneath you. You see that, be like, no, he's lost a lot of respect from his fellow teammates, co-workers. You're going to get fired for that. You should get fired for that. You're berating somebody and mistreating them because they're cheering for another team. It's ridiculous. But it's like you're going a little too far. It's one thing to give some healthy jabs. It's funny because, like, you go to a baseball game, you go to different games, there's healthy jabs. You can sit there and go, oh, you guys suck. Oh, my God. Oh, damn you guys. Oh, how'd that taste? Good? Yes. All right. There you go. Stuff like that. You don't have to sit there, you stupid, dumb cunt, or you fucking cunt, or however he did it. What a jerk, man. Good for the Eagles. Good for the Eagles. That's the way you handle your business. But, yeah, thanks, Matt, for sending that in. I really appreciate it. Wow. If you guys want to join in on the show, hit me up on my socials at DeHuff Podcast. If you want to tell me, would you drive a nut or a wiener? Which one do you want to do? Let me know. What's your poison? Let me know. At DeHuff Podcast on socials or DeHuffPodcast@gmail.com. Sorry, I was a little distracted. My doctor's office is calling me. I'm supposed to have an appointment. Then I'm thinking that they're probably like, we didn't read what your appointment was for, so we're going to have to reschedule. I bet that's what it's going to be. Bet it. Anyway, thanks for supporting the show. Really do appreciate you guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you click on the like button as well. Big thanks to Kirkwall Group and, of course, Bet Online. You guys are amazing. Have a wonderful day. Let's continue to move forward. Wienermobile or Nutmobile? I don't know. You tell me. Let's continue to move forward. I'll talk to you next time.